Squarespace is a really helpful tool I use for running my business. I'll tell you more about them later in this video.
This year I want to be more productive creatively without actually focusing on productivity.
For all that I love about van life, there's definitely still some drawbacks. A big one for me is the lack of established routine. Travel helps me develop new ideas, and routine helps me execute on them. We spent half of last year living out of our van, and I've definitely been craving some structure. So we traveled back across Canada to the West Coast and found ourselves a basement suite. And I've had some thoughts that I want to share with you in this video about how I plan to approach productivity this year. The girls are staying at home today, while I head out with Nick on a good old-fashioned backcountry adventure.
I took a break. I haven't been posting in a while, and that break was really helpful for me. One, because I was completely burnt out, and two, it's helped me gain an awareness of how I want to approach this year. Now, in the past, I've always ended up having this trap in my headspace where I accidentally evaluate my self-worth based off how productive I am being. I would love to still get things done. I'm very driven. I like finishing things. I've got a lot of projects that I'm working on. But instead of evaluating as a metric about how my week went based off how productive I was as a mechanical machine, I need to be more okay with the realities that there's an ebb and flow to this. It's a sinusoidal wave that goes up and down, and I need a lot more grace to myself when I'm just not as productive as I expect I should be. I think as a whole, and this might be slightly contradictory, that's going to help me actually finish things more regularly that I find meaning in. And that's, I think, what's most important about all of this.
When I first was getting into this and trying to go full-time, I was laser focused on starting my production company. So much so that every hour that I possibly could, I would spend working on work stuff. And the result of this is that a lot of the activities that I used to do before just for fun, I just stopped doing, either because I felt they cost too much money or they took too much time. But I didn't make enough room in my life to do the things that I love doing just for the sake of doing them. Everything had to be something for growth, for productivity, for physical fitness, and I stopped doing things just for fun.
I'm already overheating, Nick. And I started off cold. It's kind of hard to see, but we just kind of steady gradient up this way. So I'm rocking the Action X50, which is my all-time favorite bag. I'm in the oven. So you're rocking the Explorer 60. It's just really nice to be out here.
So this year, I want to intentionally play more, to do things that I love doing just because they bring me joy, and having that be a good enough reason to do it. So obviously one of those things for me this year is backcountry touring. And I've already been out several times without bringing my cameras, and honestly, it just feels fantastic. And something that the backcountry is teaching me is about the power of where you decide to find meaning. The expectations that you take into something can dramatically shape your experience of that thing. When I go to a ski resort and pay for a lift pass, I often feel that in order for the day to be worth it, I have to squeeze in as many runs as absolutely possible. Yet with backcountry, my focus has shifted where I'm less concerned about the quality or quantity of runs, and I'm just so grateful to actually get out there.
I want to carry that headspace in how I think about my weeks, where I don't want to evaluate them on how hard did I grind, how many this, that, and the other thing did I do. I'd rather just be like, did I show up? And if I did, that's enough. Yo, we are at the top. Nick, are you stoked? That's the slope that we're gonna ski here today. And I'm thrilled to be out here.
that, bro?
That was amazing. It's really nice snow.
Yeah.
I expected it to feel like more icy underneath, so that was amazing. How was your run?
So good.
I don't think we have our like filming skills for skiing on lock right now.
No.
So I don't know what clips we walked away with from from that, but it probably didn't look like much. Now we go back up.
What we do 90% of the time.
Hey, I'm just going to cut in here real quick. It may look like we didn't actually get that much snowboarding in on this day, and that would actually be true because something that we were working on while we were out in the backcountry was some images for a client of ours, and we signed an NDA with this client, so that's a non-disclosure agreement. And I can't actually share with you the stuff that we were working on, which is why we didn't put it in the video. But I wanted to interject that here so you knew why there was less snowboarding. But then we went out for another day after, and I filmed some stuff on that. So that footage is coming up. So you're going to get some more snowboarding action here and also some other thoughts on productivity.
Before we get back to the snowboarding fun, I want to tell you about the sponsor of this video, and that is Squarespace. They make it really easy for me to showcase my work online in a beautiful fashion with built-in tools for galleries, for embedding videos, and the best part is it looks great across all devices. And one secret way that I use my Squarespace site, well, I guess it's not so secret because I'm telling you, but I create these beautiful proposals with a password on it that are hidden from my main website that I send to clients that I want to work with. And the great part about this is that I can really make my proposals stand out. I built a whole tutorial around how I do this with Squarespace, but the gist of it is if you want to stand out, Squarespace is a really powerful tool for doing this, and my clients are always impressed. I recommend heading over to Squarespace and starting a free trial, and when you're ready to commit, make sure that you use my code for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. By using our promo codes, you help support the channel, and I really appreciate it.
What a way to spend a day. Yep. I'm filled with joy. We're gonna put the cameras away and we're gonna ski down to the van. This is gonna be fun. What a day!
Another happy landing.
Shortly after this touring day with Nick, our local ski hill got dumped with snow. So I went to a resort for the first time in over a year with my friend Mark, a good long-time adventure buddy. And we had a lot of fun just ripping it up at the resort and enjoying the fresh snow.
So I've talked about how I want to do more things that recharge me this year, how I want to be less focused on the grind, and how helpful structure can be for me to actually accomplishing things that I care about. I want to finish now with 2 more thoughts on productivity as I finish with some of these fun clips from snowboarding. The first of these being, I want to create more space to enter a flow state this year. And I think a great way to accomplish this is by doing less focus switching. So in a given work day, instead of bouncing around between multiple projects, try to prioritize making meaningful progress on one main one per day. And then the last final thought here, I've already been receiving benefits from starting last year, but a big thing is actually hiring on help for the projects that I'm tackling with our company. And this has just been a challenging one for me, but I've been saying for years that doing the client work, creating videos on YouTube for fun, trying to make great education, and also finishing my own adventure films that I care about. I've been trying to do that solo for too long, and it's about time I finally bring on committed, regular help month to month instead of just on a project per project basis. And that's where Nick has come in a big way, bringing him on the team to help with projects. It's going to make a big difference on the things that we tackle this year. And I'm just really excited for what's ahead. I would love to hear what some of your thoughts are on productivity going into this year. Make sure you drop those down in the comments below, and we'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, remember, life's better when you make stuff.